Skylar's Trap House presents AI in the entertainment industry. Seconds left. With Jesus. And Ian. We're out in 1-2.
Welcome back to Skylar's Trap House. Today I got Ian. What's up? Say what's up.
Hi everybody, glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
So we're talking about AI in the music industry, I guess. What are your thoughts on that? What do you think about AI for creating content?
Well, it's a pretty broad topic. Right off the bat, a couple things that come to my mind is, there's a lot of fear about it coming into the industry and the implications of it. Sort of just the effects that it will have. And those are going to come in all sorts of shapes and sizes, especially, if you want to talk about AI, we can right off the bat establish that it sort of just means like fancy computers, which reminds me think about when the calculator first came along. It's like almost akin to that when you think about it. It's just a device that's able to compute. And that really just means sort of think, and it's able to think faster than we can. But I think that ultimately it's gonna still, have a large element of human thought to it as well.
But at what point will it just become like just AI making stuff? Whoever can make better stuff with AI.
At that point, I think that it would sort of receive flashback. I mean, people are okay with enjoying content, but if you look at a lot of the content that's consumed out there nowadays, it's largely based on the identity of somebody. It's people are selling an identity. So if you strip down any human component and had it just as a sole standalone thing, I don't think that AI-generated art would do well. I think that if you use it as sort of a ghost writer or ghost painter, that's the only way you would see AI-generated content having power, is with the identity and the face.
Well, see, I see the problem with like AI-generated art and like generated sounds, but now there's things like plugins coming out that you just upload a sample of like a sound or something, and it immediately just takes, or it analyzes the frequencies and everything and replicates it perfectly, so you can put it into or you pretty much turn the sound that you uploaded into a synth. And a friend of mine was telling me about this.
Synthplant?
Yeah.
I've heard of Synthplant, and I've actually used Synthplant. It's definitely just it's another tool in your belt. I mean, if you talk to any sound designer, the thing that makes sound design fun and the pursuit of it, and where people find their best content and their most creative workflows come when you have all these tools in your tool belt, and you're using different synths, you're using samplers and, distorting things, trying to mess with, unique rhythms. So it's all about experimentation, and that's what I think's awesome about Synthplant is you can get some terrible sounding synths out of it. But when you go through in sound design, if you overdo it, sometimes you can yourself make some pretty terrible sounds. So I think it's just, it's a tool. It's always interesting to see how these sounds can be generated. And before this even was around, you had a huge movement on the scene that was sort of against using presets. Presets meaning specifically for synthesizers, that's things that another sound designer has created, and is now selling their content. That's almost the same thing that people see it as like, oh, well, you didn't, spin the knobs in the synth yourself, so using that instrument, it takes away the value for some people. And I just think that's not true. I think that you have so much value in taking someone else's synth, and maybe you'll tweak settings, and it helps you, it deepens your understanding by showing you how somebody else has designed something.
So I haven't really figured out a way to do it, but that's all the time we got. Hopefully you learned something today. Catch you later.